Okay, welcome to the second part of the video series where we are converting standard form quadratics into vertex form. These are type 1 equations from Delta Math. In the first video series part of it, we were covering even b values. In the second part of it, we're covering the odd b values. So for this one here, we're completing the square to rewrite the quadratic function in vertex form. If you do not recall what completing the square means, you simply take your b value, divide it by 2 times your a value, and then you square that result. Okay, so if you need to see that, you can go back into the first video series for this part, but I would definitely go over the even first before you cover the odd numbers. So in this one here, we have y equals x squared plus 9x minus 2. Okay. Um, and for this, we have the y-intercept is going to be at 0, -2. So now in order to find the vertex, we're gonna complete the squares. So that means we need to do x squared plus 9x. That's going to equal 2 because we're going to add 2 to both sides. So that the zero's out this way. And we're going to take half of 9 and multiply it by 2. Or half, or, not multiplied by 2. We're going to take 9 and divide it by 2, multiplied by a. Our a is 1 in this case. So we're just going to add 9 divided by 2 squared to both sides. Now, 9 divided by 2, this is an odd number. You can't really do 9 divided by 2 and get a nice, even, pretty looking number. So the only thing you can do is just understand that what you are squaring here on this side, this actually helps us write the perfect square trinomial for this. So this is really x plus 9/2 squared. So this left side can be rewritten like this. And then on the right side, we have equals 2 times, and I forgot to square this part, 9/2 being squared. So this is 2 plus, now 9/2 being squared. 9 squared divided by 2 squared. That's the same thing as this. Okay. And we're going to just kind of go through this process. 9 squared, that's 81. 2 squared, that's 4. And so we're going to have 81 over 4. So 2 plus 81 over 4. And that just tells us that we're going to actually need a common denominator. So let's figure out, this is 2 over 1. So I make it a 4. That means multiply the top by 4. That's 8. And now you have 8 plus 81. This is going to give us 89 over 4. And you'll have x plus 9/2 squared equals 89 over 4. And then what you'll do is you'll subtract it. You'll have x plus 9/2 squared minus 89 over 4. Now, this is not exactly pretty, but, it is exactly the same function. And so we can go ahead, and it should take it here in Desmos, or in Delta Math. So x plus 9/2, and we'll square it, and then we'll subtract 89 over 4. There you go. So it might, yeah, in this case here, it'll take decimals as as some of the final numbers as well, but I like my fractions. Okay, let's do one more odd number problem. Let's do a number other than 9. There we go. There's a good one. Well, let's do a negative. Just kind of going through until I find one. All right, there we go. Okay, so now this time we have a negative b value. We have y equals, move this out of the way. Oh, I didn't even go back and cover this last part. So the vertex for this, I want to mention this part here. The vertex in this case is going to be negative 9 halves, negative 89 fourths. That's where the vertex is located at for that parabola that we just finished up with. All right, now in this next one here, we have y equals x squared minus 7x plus 2. Okay, so same thing, y-intercept is at 0, 2 this time. The vertex form, we're going to start off with y or x squared minus 7x. We're going to move the 2 over to the other side, make it minus 2. And then we're going to add on both sides negative 7 divided by 2 times our a. Our a is 1 still. So negative 7 halves squared. Okay. And then on the other side, we're going to have negative 7 halves squared. Okay, now this part here on this side, we can rewrite this as x minus 7 halves squared. And on the right side, this is negative 2. And then negative 7 squared is 49. 2 squared is 4. So we're adding 49 over 4. And just like before, we're going to make a common denominator of 4. So that goes to 8. Negative 8 plus 49, or 49 minus 8, that's going to be 41. So this is 41 over 4. So we have x minus 7 halves squared equals 41 over 4. And then when you subtract it, the final function is x minus, see, 7 halves is 3.5. So x minus 3.5 squared. And we're going to subtract 41 divided by 4. That's 10.25. And there you have it. So we'll have x minus 3.5. We'll square it. Then minus 10.25.